Hey, what's going on guys? My name is Jim Fahad. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this beautiful Squid game profile card hover effect using Elementor Page Builder. So here, if we hover over on these shapes, then this image and this text will be changed. Like here, if we hover over on this square shape, you see the image on the left has been changed. Also, the contents on the right side has been changed. Similarly, if we hover over on this triangle shape, here we can see also the image and the contents has been changed. So basically this is just an idea. If you follow this tutorial, you can easily change any image or any text or even the whole inner section by hovering over on any icon or any buttons. I will show you how to do that using Elementor Page Builder step by step. So without further ado, let's now go inside Elementor Page Builder. To take a new section, first click on this red plus icon and then I'm taking this structure. Now from left, let's make the height to minimum height and I'm setting the height to 100 VH. Now inside this middle column, click on this plus icon. First I'm dragging here an inner section and let's delete one of the columns from inside this inner section. So right now we only have one column inside this inner section. Alright, so from left, let's make the height to minimum height. I'm making its height to 350 pixel. Also, let's make the vertical align to middle. Now go under style tab. From here, I'm making the background type to classic and let's make the background color to B4002F. And then from here, let's open the border. I'm first adding 20 pixel of border radius. Now from here, open the box shadow. Let's make the blur value to 40 and here the spread value, let's make it -10. Then let's go under advanced tab and from here, let's unbind the padding. Now only on the right side I'm adding 30 pixel of padding because now I'm gonna add some content that will be right aligned and we need some space at the right. Okay, so click on this plus icon and first here I'm dragging a heading widget. We can say it, for example, round 1. Now make the alignment to right aligned. Now go under the style tab. From here I'm making the text color to white color and from here typography I'm just making the font weight to 900. Then underneath this heading I'm just dragging here a text editor widget here. I'm also making its alignment to right aligned and let's make the text color to a bit of white like this. Now underneath this paragraph I will be adding a button, but before that I wanna add some padding at the left because after a few time we will be adding an image here at the left. So go under this text editor widgets advanced tab. From here unbind the padding. Let's make it in percentage. Only on the left side I'm adding 20% of padding. Alright, let's now click on this Rubik's Cube icon and here I'm dragging a button widget underneath this paragraph here. Again, let's make the alignment to right. Now go under style tab. From here first I'm making the background color to transparent color and then from here let's make the border type to solid and border width let's give it 1 pixel and from here I'm adding 20 pixel of border radius. The last thing here, I just want to reduce the space in between this paragraph and the button. So to do it, just go under advanced tab. From here unbind the margin and only at the top I'm adding some negative margin, so let's make it -25 pixel and here instead of click here we can say it play now. Alright, now underneath this button I wanna add an image widget here. Now from left let's choose the image. By the way, I will be using these 3 images. I will also put these 3 images download link in the description. So from there I'm just selecting this image. Now click on insert media. Okay, now the first thing I'm making the image alignment to left. Now go under style tab. From here I'm making the width in pixel and I'm giving it 200 pixel width and the height I'm giving it 460 pixel. Now from here object fit I'm making it contain. Now let's go under the advanced tab. From here first let's open the positioning. So the first thing I want to do here, let's make the width to inline auto and from here position let's make it absolute. Now here the horizontal orientation, let's make its value to -80 pixel and the vertical orientation, let's make its value to -110 pixel like this. So far it's looking great, but I want to make sure it's also looking great on tablet device and mobile device. So to check its responsiveness, from here let's click on the responsive mode icon. Now first have a look how it's looking on the tablet device. So click on the tablet device icon. Everything is looking great, but we cannot read the text because the image is over the text. So to fix it, just click over this text, go under its advanced tab. So for the tablet device, let's set the padding in percentage, unbind it. On the left, I'm adding 25% of padding. Now it's looking great. So let's now have a look how it's looking on mobile device. Alright, so it's looking like it on the mobile device, but I wanna make it look better on mobile devices. So now the first thing I wanna do, I wanna unset the positioning of this image. But have a look, if we now select the image, go under its advanced tab and open the positioning, you see we cannot make it unset positioning from Elementor's default options. But no worries, I will show you how to do that very easily. For that reason, first let's select the main section, not this inner section. So remember, you are selecting the main section, go under its advanced tab. From here, open the custom CSS field. By the way, custom CSS is only available on Elementor Pro. I will put my Elementor Pro affiliate link in the description. If you purchase Elementor Pro through my affiliate link, you don't have to pay any extra, but I will get a little credit for that. That will help me to continue this YouTube channel and make more interesting tutorials like this. Alright, now inside this custom CSS field, you can simply write down the custom CSS code, or you can just go to jimfahaddigital.com. I will also put this page's link in the description. From that page, if you scroll down a bit, here you will find unset image position on mobile. So from there, just copy this CSS snippet, go inside Elementor, then paste the CSS snippet here. So here you see this is a very simple CSS snippet. I made the position to unset only for the mobile devices. Alright, let's now select this image. Go under its content tab, and if we now make it centered on the mobile device, you see it's still not centered. Why is that? Because you remember, if we now go under advanced tab and from here open the positioning, we have set the width to inline auto. But on mobile device, we don't want that, so I'm making it full width 100%. Right now it's centered. But now I wanna make this image more smaller, so from here go under style tab. Now let's make the height to 240 pixel, and also from under advanced tab, unbind the margin. Now only at the bottom I'm adding 40 pixel of margin because later all the shapes will be added here at the bottom. Alright, now on the mobile device, I wanna make everything centered. So to do it, first let's select this inner section. From under its advanced tab, let's unbind its padding. Here instead, I'm adding 20 pixel padding at the top and 50 pixel at the bottom. Also, let's add some margin at the top and bottom, that's 20 pixel. Now we can easily make this heading centered aligned from here. Let's make it centered aligned only for mobile device. Also with this paragraph, let's make it centered aligned. And you remember we have added some padding at the left, but on the mobile device we don't want that. So I'm just unlinking the padding from mobile device, and same for this button widget. I'm making its alignment to centered. So right now it's looking great on mobile device, also on the tablet device, and also it's looking great on desktop device. Now I wanna add the shapes here. So the first one would be circle, the second one would be square, and the third one would be the triangle. To do it, first click on this Rubik's Cube icon, and from here I'm dragging an inner section underneath our existing inner section here. And first I wanna delete one of the inner columns. Now inside this inner section, click on this plus icon, and here I'm dragging a button widget here. So first I wanna keep the text empty, and from the icon, let's go to the icon library. For the first one, like I said, I wanna select the circle one. So let's select a circle icon from here, click on insert, then go under style tab. From here, I'm making its font size to 25 pixel, and then from here the text color, let's make it #54C8FF, and then from here color, let's make it transparent. Then from here I'm adding just 5 pixel of padding. If you want, you can also make the border radius to rounded. but we don't need it here. But in case if you wanna make the corners rounded on every button, just select this percentage and make the border radius to 50%. Alright, we have created our first shape here, but the last thing I wanna do with this button, just go under Advanced tab and from here open the positioning. I just wanna set its width to inline auto. Now we can just simply duplicate this button. Now duplicate it one more time. So the middle one, I wanna change its icon with a square shape. So here I'm searching for the stop icon. Let's select this one, click on insert. And with the third one, go to the icon library. From here I'm searching for the play icon. Let's select this one, click on insert. Now to make the inner even space, I'm just selecting the middle one, go under its Advanced tab, unbind the margin. Now only at the right, I'm adding 4 pixels of margin. Alright, now I wanna make these 3 buttons at the center of this inner section. So to do it, let's just select this inner column. From here, horizontal align, let's set it to center. And then I want to position it at this place. So to do it, we need to add some negative margin with this inner section. Just select this inner section, go under its Advanced tab. From here, unbind the margin. And here at the top, I'm adding minus 60 pixel. And also to make these shapes at the top of everything, I'm increasing its z-index number. So I'm putting its z-index value to 5. Alright, we are done with the shapes. Now have a look how they're looking on the tablet device. They're looking great on tablet device and on the mobile device. They're looking great, but I think we need to increase its margin top a bit. So just select it. Only for the mobile device, unbind the margin, and here I'm adding minus 95 pixel. Alright, they are now looking great on mobile device, on the tablet device, also on the desktop device. Now here we need to add the final portion of this tutorial. Like when you hover on this red circle, the image and the text will be changed similar with the other icons. But before adding those functionality, I just wanna add some entrance animation. So let's first add the entrance animation with this inner section. Okay, first let's close this responsive mode from top. Alright, let's now select this inner section. From under its Advanced tab, open the motion effects. From here, I'm searching for pulse. Let's select the pulse effect. And with this image, let's select the image. From under its Advanced tab, open the motion effects. I'm adding here the entrance animation that says bounce. So here's the bounce one. Let's select it. Also, I want to add some animation delay. So I'm adding here 300 ms like this. Alright, we are done with the layout. Now I just want to duplicate this inner section. But before duplicating this inner section, let's select this inner section. And here I want to add 2 classes with this inner section. Remember, if you don't follow this step exactly like I'm showing, it wouldn't work. So here the first thing, we need to add 2 class name. So our first class name will be SQ, and then to add the secondary class name with it, we just need to put a space here, and then here I'm typing round1. So with this inner section, we have added 2 classes. One is SQ and another one is round1. Alright, let's now duplicate this inner section couple more time. So here let's duplicate it once and let's duplicate it one more time. Perfect. So this one is the first inner section. Just select it. So make sure it has the class name SQ round1. Then here's the second one. Go under its Advanced tab. Let's keep the SQ common with these 3. But with the second one, instead of round1, here I'm putting round2. Also here I'm changing the text to round2. And let's change this image to another image. So from here I'm choosing another image. Let's select this one and insert it. Here we go. Now let's select the third inner section from here. Go under its Advanced tab. Also here keep the SQ, but instead of round1, I'm putting round3. Then from here, instead of round1 text, I'm putting here round3. Also, let's replace this image with another image. So from here, I'm selecting the third image, this one, click on insert media. Alright, so now my goal is, first we will be hiding all these 3, and when we hover over on this shape, that particular inner section will be shown. So to do it, the first step would be, let's select this main section. Remember, not this inner section. We need to select the main section from here at the top. Go under its advanced tab and open the custom CSS field. You remember we have added some custom CSS here before. Just after the existing CSS, I'm hitting some enter to make some space. Then simply go to jimfahaddigital.com. From here, if you scroll down a bit, here you can see initial section show or hide CSS. Just copy this CSS snippet from here and go inside Elementor. Now paste the CSS snippet here. You may remember we have added a common class name that was SQ. I made the display none, so we cannot see other inner sections, but with only this one that has the class name round1, we can only see that. So only to showing you here, instead of round1, if I put here round2, we can see the second inner section here. If we put here round3, we can see the third inner section here. But initially I want to display the first inner section, this one. Alright, now the next thing we need to do, we need to add some custom attributes with these buttons. So first I'm selecting this first button. Go under its advanced tab, and from here let's open the attributes. If you're comfortable with HTML, then you may know if we want to add some custom attribute with an HTML tag, first we need to write the key, then the equal sign, and then we put the value. But here inside Elementor, we write the attributes in the format like key, then a pipe icon, and then the value. But no worries, you don't need to understand any of this. You just can go to jimfahaddigital.com. From here, under this button data attribute, copy this snippet from here, go inside Elementor, and simply paste the snippet here. Remember, as this button will trigger the first inner section, that's why we have added the class name round1 here. With the second button, we will be adding round2, and with the third one, we will be adding round3. So just simply select the second button, go under its advanced tab, open the attributes. Just paste the snippet here, but now instead of round1, I'm typing round2. Now go to the third button, from under its advanced tab, open the attributes. Paste the snippet here, but instead of round1, here I'm adding round3. Now we are almost done, but the final thing, we need to add the JavaScript code. And the good news is I have also written the JavaScript snippet for you. So to add the JavaScript snippet, from here I'm searching for HTML widget, and you can easily drop this HTML widget anywhere of the page. So I'm just dropping this HTML widget here inside of our page. Because you can put the HTML code anywhere of the website, it will only be shown inside the Elementor page builder. On the real website, it won't show. Now just go to jimfahaddigital.com, and from here under the dynamic section hide or show JS, just copy this JavaScript snippet from here, go inside Elementor, and paste the JavaScript snippet here. By the way, if you wonder, this is a very simple JavaScript snippet. So it says whenever you will hover over on any of these shapes, all the intersection that has this SQ class name will be hidden, and the intersection that has the class name similar with this icon's custom attribute name, that intersection will be shown. It's very simple. Alright, let's now click on this green update button to save our work. And remember, if you hover over on these buttons inside Elementor page builder, it won't work. So to check it, we need to see it from real browser. So from here we can just simply click here on this eyeball icon. Now here initially we can see the first intersection, that's the round1 intersection. Now if we hover over on the second shape, we can see the second intersection, and if we hover over on the third shape, here we can see the third intersection. Everything is working smoothly, and we can see the beautiful animations with that. I hope you have learned something new today. If you like it, please give this video a big thumb up, and don't forget to subscribe this YouTube channel. Also press on that notification bell icon to get notified before anyone whenever I will upload a new video on this YouTube channel. And if you want me to help you on your WordPress project or your Elementor project, then you can contact me through my website, that's jimfahaddigital.com. I will try my best to help you personally. Once again, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I will see you on the next video. For now, bye bye.